What's up, everyone? It's Crispy here, and today we're going to be going over the July 2025, basically 3.4 tier list for Honkai Star Rail. I guess I'm kind of a little late. It's the end of July. 3.5 is dropping soon, but I had time to make the video, so I'm going to do it. Now, first and foremost, when you're looking at tier lists, I want you guys to always take them with a grain of salt, and also keep in mind that the premise of these games is to have fun, so don't feel pressured to pull for the quote-unquote apex character in every category, even though that will probably make your life a lot easier. But having fun is the biggest part, in my opinion. So always pull for your faves and just suffer from there, I guess. But first and foremost, we're going to go with this change log. Look at this. Who we're going to focus on are the new characters: Finan, Archer, Saber, and the four characters that got buffs. Silver Wolf, Kafka, Blade, and Jingliu. Their buffs and reworks are just insane. It makes them extremely viable again, and really brings them up. So we're going to go over this section in a second. First and foremost, we're going to go to Fei Zhao. Fei Zhao is my favorite character in the game. If you don't know by now, I have her, I think, E2, E2, S2? And S2 was on accident. But I don't remember. Maybe S1. She has unfortunately moved down, or is watch listed to move down with the release of Finan and Archer. So this was by 718. And that's because the actual ceiling of the Apex tier has just gone through the roof. Fei Zhao by no means pumps out little amounts of damage, but Finan, Saber, and Archer just pump out significantly more. So having them in the same Apex category would kind of water down that category, in my opinion. So I do agree with her move down in MOC to 1, or maybe 0.5 to 1, whatever she was in previously. This is all E0, S0 as well, so whatever. Unfortunately, who? Fine, and of course this dude is T0, 0.5, but let's look at this. For buff characters, you'll notice more watch lists than usual this update, as well as some data showing some convincing trends. One apocalyptic shadow phase isn't enough for us to commit all the way on moving characters up or down in tier, and I agree. And that is because each apocalyptic shadow tier or boss or whatever has a gimmick. This one is dedicated towards Finan, and just like the Pure Fiction that came out is dedicated towards Dot. So Kafka or other Dot characters are going to shine. Now, I also, while speaking on Dot and Kafka in 3.5, getting a little ahead of ourselves, but Hycillans will release, and she is a Dot character, and I think that's going to make Kafka, as well as the other Dot character, Black Swan's viability, go through the roof. Now, Kafka has always been kind of like a pseudo sub DPS, but if you can pop off more Dot because of Hycillans, that's just gonna go crazy. It really is. Now let's get out of this change log. We kind of talked about that a little teensy bit, and go to the actual tier list right here. Now, I have not played Aglaya since her release, or even watched anything on Aglaya. Is she this good? I don't know. Is she SP friendly? I didn't think she was. Well, actually, no, she is. She just needs a lot of buffs with him. So I guess with Robin and Sunday. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't even know how people who don't have Sunday play the game. Without Sunday is like my best pull ever. I'm so glad I decided to pull on him, and I'm so glad I was able to actually get his light cone recently, so that I can make him more skill point efficient, because he did use up a lot of skill points. But I don't even know how people play without him. He moves everybody up. He gives them insane buffs, and it makes their crit and everything go up. I'm like, damn, Sunday is really the MVP. Bro needs to be in T0 on everything. And with Pure Fiction, I do understand him being 0.5, because he's not really... I don't know, honestly. Like, even in Pure Fiction, I would probably put him 0 just for him being able to supplement and amplify, which is his category, DPS, a Pure Fiction DPS, which would be like the Herta. The Herta, of course, is tier 0 because she's AoE and she does insane little follow-up thing after her ult and all that jazz. But let's get into Archer. So Archer pops off. The free character is better than Saber. And by better, I mean he's better in MOC and Apocalyptic Shadow because he is an absolute boss nuke. Now in Pure Fiction, Homeboy is a single target DPS with his ult, his follow up, and his skill. So he ain't gonna be hitting no AoE, literally none. So if you're trying to bring him to Pure Fiction, have fun. It's gonna be a doozy. Let's see. Him and Saber. Saber's 0.5 in MOC, 1 in Pure Fiction, because her AoE and her ults just pump out so much damage. Her energy regen as well as her energy overflow. Crazy. That's a crazy mechanic. I didn't even know about her overflow until I started actually playing her, like on the test that they give you in the game, or in the, you know what I mean. And let me see. We're talking about her. Let's go to Huohuo. Huohuo is an insane support or sustain. I like to say support, but support could be mixed into these 3 categories. So more specifically sustain as in healing, energy regen, and attack buff. She is really good because of Saber. She can do heals to the party. That's cool. And be relatively SP positive if you just manage to keep her little buff stacks up. Her ult provides Saber with energy regen, which is insane because she can stack energy regen, or not energy regen. She can stack energy overflow. Sorry, I'm just fucking everything up. I'm recording this video after work. Okay, it's late. I'm tired. I'm an old man now. Buffs everything. She's really good with Mighty as well, and Mighty is a good DPS, even though he plays himself. I actually wanted Mighty just because he was cool. I really hated his playstyle because I thought it was extremely boring, but I guess that's a matter for another video. Now you see Anaxa here just absolutely decimating in every single category because Anaxa, in my opinion, is one of the most versatile characters in the game. You can bring him as a pseudo sub DPS in a Herta squad. He can just do attack for follow-ups and apply debuffs and wind resistance and defense down. I think he does something like that, as well as getting a little bit of damage out. But if you provide him as a carry, you can use him with a Sunday, a Robin, a Huohuo, a Hyacinth, literally anyone. More specifically, maybe even a Cypher. I don't know. I don't have an Axa. I was really iffy on pulling him, just because I'm kind of always really iffy on pulling on Erudition, and I don't know why. I need Pure Fiction characters. Pure Fiction is the only thing that I'm not able to always clear all the way. Right now, I'm missing 1 star on it. I can, like, that's literally the one thing. So I'm like, hey, why am I not pulling for Erudition characters that deal AoE damage that are good for AoE Pure Fiction fights? What am I doing, right? I'm not planning ahead. I'm only pulling for DPS. I'm calling the DPS grind. And of course, all the DPS I pull for use the same supports. So I have Fine and out here just using tribute supports like everyone else would use. Let me see. Yeah, Castress. I don't know. I didn't even pull for Castress. I didn't even play on her release. I really do not care for Castress at all. And I might catch flack for that, but that's just me personally. I pulled for Finan. I actually tried to get E1 Finan. I missed that 50-50, so I saved it for the next character, whoever comes out, whoever I'm going to pull for. I don't even know. Whoever it's going to be. Not 3.5. Unless they did update the new character, his dedicated support. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Cedra or Ceredra. One of the two. I saw Gabby Maru post something that she got buffed, and I know he's been like her biggest hater recently, which is whatever. I would be her hater too if she sucks ass. Let's see. Yeah, Robin always rocking the tier 0, and tier 0.5. These I all agree upon, and you can see right here Silverwolf has actually moved up significantly since she provides AoE defense down with her ult now. She's just like way more useful than she was. Archer is just so good with single target and boss fights in general. Pure Fiction, ass, trash, and garbage. She's all around. In my opinion, I think she might. Well, she not even my opinion. She is more versatile than Archer, but he's a lot more fun. I don't know. They're fun in their own ways. I keep contradicting myself with every single sentence I speak. It's been a while since I've done a tier list video. I'm trying to build him right now. I just don't know who I'm going to even pair him with. I don't have Cypher. I don't have Hana built. Like, I don't have. Oh my God, Sparkle, which is his best in slot. I don't know. And I just read his kit the other day. I was like, why am I gonna use Archer if I only have like 4 or 5 skill points? He's gonna absolutely just slay them, like with no remorse at all. But when you play him, he actually starts with a 7 or 8. He ups them like a Sparkle would. So I was like, oh, okay, I can see how I can insert him in now. But I'm still riding the Fei Zhao hype train and having another hunt single target DPS just really hurts my soul. I'm like, oh man, my Fei Zhao, I don't want her to be on the bench. I invested so much in her. She's my best built character. Let's go down here. Acheron tier 1 on everything. Yeah, she's a little underwhelming in the last couple patches. They haven't been built towards her. But I feel like with Hycelin's coming, maybe the debuffs and stuff will be able to help her out. Actually, I don't know if Hycelin's does debuffs. I know she does dot. I don't know. 3.5, I just really haven't even looked at anything towards. You have her at Apocalyptic Shadow, really good. And I feel like she's gone up because of Finan. She's a really good Finan support. So just having him, everyone pulled on Finan basically, and him being up here, her as an amplifier is always going to be good. And everyone should have at least 1 or 2 copies of her. I think I have her E2. So she's really good because she saves skill points. Let's see. Yep. We got Blade. He's up here. All around good. He can be used in any DPS scenario now. Since he hits 3 enemies, he can be used in Pure Fiction. He's good AoE. His ult hits AoE. His follow-up hits AoE. All around good. Blade, I built him. His build on mine is garbage. I'll have to redo it. I was like pretty garbage at the game. I had just come back when he released and I spent everything and I just wish. Hindsight always 2020, right? All right, Jingliu. I know she was the talk of the town when she got her buffs. She's a fan favorite and Brax's favorite, E6. She's still good DPS. She changed her scaling to HP like Blade. She could deal a lot more damage and be more reliable. Her actual buffs or her icons, she has another icon now, so she has a way to refill those and keep her Bankai up longer. I like to call it Bankai. I don't know what it's actually called. Let's go see who else. We had Kafka up here. We talked about her. All around good, especially with her rework. She does more damage. Able to hit dots more consistently. The only thing about Kafka is I have to rebuild her with a whole new set. I never rebuilt her. I had the original Thunder set on her. And yeah, that's obviously not going to do. Who else were we talking about the changelog? Let's see. Yeah, these are all good. Silver Wolf, really good. Rappa, you can see how they all went up and went down. Jing Yuan kind of went down. Yeah, I agree with that. He's not really too viable now. When he got his rework or buff, or actually, he didn't even get one, right? He just got Sunday, and Sunday buffed him as a memo sprite. So it brought him up because at that point in time, he was useful. Now everyone just outshines him. Ting Yun getting a buff because she pairs really well with Saber. She pairs really well with Archer. You can even put her on a Finan team because of the energy regen buff that you can do, which would give him a stack of his ults, and as well as just giving him a attack buff. Let's go down here, scroll down. Yeah, tier 5, these garbage characters. Yeah, the forgotten ones, quite literally. Tier 4, niche. Yeah, Lynx, just if you don't have a healer. Him to give you a little bit of shields. Bailu, Curse of Bailu. We got Zile down here. Now Argenti, I guess he is niche because he's basically a pure fiction mogul. I would put him in tier 2 if I'm being honest. Because I do think he's better than every single character here. Even Dan Heng. Because he's like way too SP unfriendly. So maybe in a Sparkle comp, he would be higher. But I do think just with pure fiction buffs and basically every fight being AoE except Apocalyptic Shadow, and even then in Apocalyptic Shadow, he's still rated high. I would definitely rate him in at least tier 2, especially with our supports we have. We have Sunday, so he can build up more energy regen. We have Huo Huo, which would get him his 2nd tier ult. Anyone give him energy regen. We've even got, let's see, the Trailblazer the new Trailblazer, which could move him up and give him crit damage. I know it wouldn't help him because he doesn't have Memo Sprite, but we've got so many dedicated supports now that basically any DPS is viable. You just have to use them in the correct fashion. But him, I would say too. I like him more than Himiko, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, I feel like he pumps out more DPS, but she, I guess, has better viability because of her follow-up attack based on their HP and all that shit. Yeah, there's not really much to even... Oh yeah, Firefly, fuck her. I would put her like all the way down here. I'm a Firefly hater. I lost her 50-50 and had to go to Pity to get her. I remember I literally had to buy gems for Firefly back in the day. I absolutely hate Firefly with every fiber of my being. I even took her break gear off of her and put it on my Lingsha because I'm like, Lingsha's just way better. Like, I hate break comps in general. I hate the break mechanic. I don't have Fugue, so I don't have that aspect. I do have Ruin Mei, but I don't have her built, and I just got her because she was the free character that I picked on the little token thing. I wish instead of her, I pulled for Boot Hill because he's just cooler. In my opinion, I would have had more fun with Boot Hill than I did Firefly. And now, in hindsight, I know why everyone was so quiet on Firefly's release. I remember when she released, everyone was like, it was literally crickets. And before that, everyone was like, oh my God, Firefly is going to change the world. Nah, fuck Firefly. I'm a hater. And her costume sucked. So go ahead and spend money on a shitty costume. Yeah, that's it. That's all I had. Basically, Archer reigns supreme. Saber's dope as hell. Finan breaks everything. You just have to have good supports and be able to get his stacks on his ult to pop it sooner and retain the crit damage in his ult form because he is on the field by himself. All these supports I concur with. I don't know anything about Cypher, so I can't really talk about Cypher. Ruin Mei was always a really good support. And Silverwolf, by jumping up this high, brings her into viability again. I remember talking shit about her when they had her coming up in the 3.0 pools, like the original Aglaya banner and all that shit. I was like, bro, do not pull on Silverwolf. You will regret it. Maybe I was an idiot, but I also didn't think that Hoyoverse would actually rework their characters. That was a miracle in and of itself. So comment below. I want to hear your opinion on all the characters, all the ratings. I want to hear what you have input added, all that. If you trust Pridewind at all, I know there's a lot of Pridewind haters. I don't really give a shit. Hate all you will, but this is probably the most lucrative gacha space we have for tier lists and gear and all that. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video. Bye.